think I've just got that working. I think I've just got that working. I could be 100% wrong. Right. Get some music on. So yeah, I use the in-game radio. So let's use the in-game radio just for a wee bit. Let's use the in-game radio. Okay, so I've done a bit of grinding off camera, guys. So game statistics 8:24. So we only need to do 170 miles, which we have already done many times. So I am 100% certain it is today. I am 100% certain. If not right now, definitely later. So what's this? 8:24:15. We can get this done. We will get this done today. Go on. 8:24:15. We will get this done today. Definitely. Like, if I won't do it before I leave, because basically I've got to leave at about 11:30 for my dentist appointment. So, if we don't get this done before I leave, we'll definitely get it done when I get back. Because this is a laugh. It needs to be done. Beautiful. Yes. Get some rain on. Oh yes. Oh my god, the brakes are non-existent in this fucking pissing rain. Oh my god, I'll just need to look at where I'm going. My god, we've just started. And I've already fucking bankrupted the family of 4 with the level of damage into my car. I want to change the colour on this. Literally. Oh my god, this fucking thing is uncontrollable in the rain. Oh my god. Okay, so I need to use the speed limiter. There's no way around that. I need to use the speed limiter. Done. Oh god. Oh fuck. Right, guys. If you've ever had one of these, don't have one right after you brush your teeth. Oh. I'm gonna have to use speed limiter for every turn, aren't I?
ECNR, all night, every night. See, it's cold.
Yeah.
Baby, it's cold.
Okay, let's go for it.
I gotta go
But
away.
baby, it's cold.
Hey, a twat!
Evening has
Been
been
hoping that you'd drop in.
Twat!
very nice.
I'll hold your hand. They're just like
My
ice.
mother will start to worry.
Beautiful, what's your
My
hurry?
father will be pacing the floor.
Listen to the fireplace
Now
roar.
really, I've got to scurry.
Beautiful, please don't
Well,
hurry.
maybe just a half a drink
Put
more.
some records on while I pour.
neighbors might
But
think-
baby, it's bad out there.
Say, what's in the string?
Have to be had out there.
I wish I knew
Your eyes are like
how
starlight now.
to
Shut
break
up.
the
I'll
spell.
take your hat. Your hair looks
I
swell.
ought to say no, no, no,
Mind
sir.
if I move in
At
closer?
least I'm gonna say that I
What's the sense
tried.
of hurting my pride?
Really can't say.
Baby, don't hold out.
Oh,
Baby,
That's how you deal with the police, apparently. Whoop. You see, if you're in a line somewhere, mate, and the person in front of you is taking way too long, what you do is you just put your hand right between their legs and throw them over you.
The answer
Or that.
no.
You do that.
Cold outside.
The welcome has
How
been
lucky that you dropped in.
so nice and warm.
Look out the window at that
My
store.
sister will be
Gosh,
suspicious.
your lips look
Oh.
My
delicious.
brother will be there at the
Waves
door.
upon a tropical
My
shore.
maiden aunt's
Those
mind
two
is
funny.
vicious.
Your lips are
Or
delicious.
maybe a cigarette
Never
more.
such a blizzard
I
before.
gotta get
But baby, you
home.
freeze out there.
I don't want to intentionally do that again, because if I do, I get the feeling it'll, like, kill me.
Really been
I
grand,
thrill when you touch my hand.
but don't you see?
How can you do this thing to
There's
me?
bound to be talk
Think of
tomorrow.
my lifelong
At
sorrow.
least there will be plenty
If
implied.
you caught pneumonia and died,
really can't
get
stay.
over that old out.
Oh,
Baby,
but
it's
it's
cold.
Cold out
You know it's cold.
outside.
Time once again for the Empire Central Radio News Break. This is Rockin' Ricky Fox. Hey kids, the traitorous Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were finally executed late last week. The first ever execution of civilians for the crime of espionage came after the married couple who were found guilty of passing American nuclear secrets to the Soviets. Of course, they
Yeah, I
were
remember about that.
Patrick
I remember
They got
hearing a
charge out of
documentary
that
about this.
verdict. For Empire Central Radio News, I'm Rockin' Ricky Fox.
East is east and west is west, and the wrong one I have chose. Let's go where I'll keep on wearing those frills and flowers and buttons and bows, rings and things and buttons and bows. Don't bury me in this prairie, take me where the cement grows. Let's move down to some big town where they love a gal by the cut of her clothes, and I'll stand out in buttons and bows. I'll love you in buckskin and skirts that I've homespun, but I'll love you longer, stronger, where your friends don't tote a gun. My bones denounce the buckboard bounce and the cactus hurts my toes. Let's vamoose where gals keep using those silks and satins and linens that shows, and I'm all yours in buttons and bows.
So 8 to 9.
Perfume that rocks the room, and I'm all yours. in
Jesus.
Buttons and bows, buttons and bows.
Flowers and buttons and bows, rings and things and buttons and
The rain is absolutely
Sienna,
unbelievable.
keeping Empire Bay wide awake. Empire Central
Right,
Radio.
I think I had to stop fucking raining.
Well, come on, let's go, little darling, and tell me that you never leave me. Come on, let's go, again. Well, now swing me all the way down there. Come on, let's go,
rain does make things 10 times more difficult.
Baby, I love you so. Let's go, let's go, let's go a little longer. We can always be together.
It's a weird glitch how he gets dry the second he goes inside the sun, like completely dry. This is the way the game handles reflections.
I love you so,
I really tried.
and I'll never let you go.
What the fuck, man?
Oh, pretty baby, I love you so. Let's go, let's go, let's go, little darling. Where there's a come on, let's go. Again, again, and again, and again. Again, again, and again, and again. Again, again, and again, and again.
Oh, it's the hop. The hop's actually a good song.
Well, you can rock it, rock and roll it, stop and even scroll it at the hop. When a record starts spinning, mute your lips, and when you chick.
What the fuck, man?
Where the jockey is the smoothest and the music is the coolest at the hop. All the cats and the chicks gonna get their kicks at the hop. Let's go! Let's go to the hop. 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 Come on. Let's go to the hop. Let's go! Well, you can rock it, you can roll it, you can slop and even stroll it at the hop. When a record starts spinning, eat your lips and when you chicken at the hop. Do the dance sensations that are sweeping the nation at the hop. You can swing it clean, but you can really stop and move it at the hop.
Yeah.
Where the jockey is the smoothest and the music is the coolest at the hop.
Wiggling wheel on the front really
All
pisses
the
me off.
cats and the chicks gonna get their kicks at the hop. Let's go! Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop. Let's go to the hop. Baby, let's go to the hop. Come on. Let's go to the hop.
Yes.
Hey, it's Empire Central Radio News Break time. This is Rockin' Ricky Fox. Listen, kids,
Just gonna dip over to Vito's, dip the car and get down the pit. I know every time you do, you get to like 40% gas.
Without getting off your seat. I know. It sounds insane, but it's apparently true, kids. Because Rockin' Ricky Fox would never lie. Now, that also means no more getting up from the couch to change the program because, as the folks at Home Electrics are saying, you can now remotely switch between all. Don't touch that dial. For Empire Central Radio News, I'm Rockin' Ricky Fox.
Well, the little things you say and do make me want to be with you. Raven, it's a crazy feeling, and I know it's got me leaving when you say I love you and Raven. The way you dance and hold me tight, the way you kiss and say goodnight. Raven, it's a crazy feeling, and I know it's got me reeling when you say I love you.
so hard for this. Because the rain. Left! I am very surprised that the engine is not smoothing.
And now another gun safety tip from Joe McCluskey, owner of McCluskey and Son Guns and Ammunition.
When you are faced with the unfortunate situation of an intruder in your home, your best chance for protecting your loved ones is by having a handgun. You can find this and many more safety tips at McCluskey and Son Guns and Ammunition.
Absolutely
in addition
fucking.
to our wide variety of guns, like the Cole 1911
I
and
need
the
to calm
brand
down.
new Seth and Winston 357 Magnum.
I
McCluskey
think
and
I'm
Son
gonna
Guns
play
and
Mafia
Ammunition
3
for
next.
sportsmen.
Maybe I'll
and
100%
safety.
it, maybe I won't.
McCluskey and Son are here.
I'm gonna give it a go. But it was in 2016, it was around the time where a lot of people were doing online, like, additions that weren't necessary. So I'm curious if there's any achievements that can't be achieved. I was holding the right turn for like a fucking week then.
Your love give me such a thrill, but your love don't pay my bills. I need that's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Fucking rain everywhere. They're gonna fix the handling too much. Oh. It's the rain. I can't. I hate the rain. I hate it. Can I just save a few times and hope the rain ends? Or do I have to close and reopen the game? I do. Right, I'm gonna quit and reopen it because this rain is like undrivable. Still fucking pissing with rain. It's redone, isn't it? Yeah. It's gone backwards. Great. Fantastic, guys. I'm gonna stand outside and piss and rain for a minute.
You're listening to ECNR, Empire Central Radio. Empire Bay's home for that hot new rock and roll sound. ECNR.
Now it's on to eat as we drive. I wonder how long the range that I fucking carry on for. Right, if you guys have seen any of my previous streams, you know I don't normally drive like this. Like, what the actual fuck?
Central Radio News Break. I'm Rockin' Ricky Fox. Hey, good news for all us smokers. Despite the recent scientific study that found smoking could pose health risks, tobacco companies maintain that smoking just one pack of cigarettes per day can keep you young and thin. And get this, even promote healthy respiratory function. Oh boy, reassuring information at last from companies that I'm sure would never lead us astray just to make a buck. I mean, come on. For Empire Central Radio, I'm Rockin' Ricky Fox.
Well, the little things you say and do make me want to be with you. Early on, it's a crazy thing.
You want to get that rhubarb pie recipe?
Sugar, now he's messing with my ham. I got the ration blue as I can be.
How's inflation blues?
Oh, me. I've got those ration blues. I gotta live on 40 ounces of any kind of meat. Those 40 little ounces gotta last.
I looked away for a fucking second! I hate the rain. I hate the fucking rain.
I like to wake up in the morning with my jelly by my side. Since rationing started, baby, you just take your stuff and hide. They reduced my meat and sugar, and rubber's disappearing fast. You can't ride no more with Papa, 'cause Uncle Sam wants my gas. I got direction, blue as I can be. Oh, me, I've got those ration blues. PFC, the CPL, the SGT, the LT, CP, the OD, the MP makes you do cappy.
How long am I have to drive for before the fucking rain stops?
Man alive, it starts with a bugle blowing reveille over your bed when you arrive. Hey Jack, that's a G.I. jive. Rudely toot, jump in your suit, make a salute. Arrivoo, after you wash and dress, more or less, you go get your breakfast from a beautiful little cafe they call the Mess. Hey Jack, when you convalesce, out of your seat, into the street, make with your feet, or read. If you're PVT, your duty is to salute the L-I-E-U-T. But if you brush the L-I-E-U-T, the MP makes you cappy on the QT. It's just a G.I. jive. Man alive, they give you a private tank that features a little device called fluid drive. Hey Jack, after you revive, chunk all your junk back in your trunk, fall on your bunk, clunk. It's just a G.I. jive, man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called fluid drive. Hey Jack, after you revive, chunk all your junk back in your trunk, fall on your bunk, clunk. If you're PFC and you fail to salute the LT, the MP makes you
Fuck me, I'm
cappy
looking
on
away
the
for half a
QT.
second again.
Then you'll go to sleep before you count to
Fucking
five.
crumbs everywhere.
But when you wake up in the morning, you'll have to do the G.I. jive.
I went to
Can't play that. Jesus.
the thrill, but your love don't pay my bills. I need fun. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Shit's not
What
me
it
fucking
don't
teeth.
get, everything is true. But what it don't get, I can't use. I need fun. That's what I want.
Why was the fucking fast on his road?
That's what I want. Money. Lots of money. Whole lot of money.
Gets onto me real quick. Fucking. Well, I filled the tank. I've had nothing to eat yet today. Give me some fucking slack.
Rockin' Ricky Fox. Well, in sports today, the Empire Bay Cannons got their season off to a blistering start as they defeated the Brooklyn Bulls earlier on by a score of 10-3. The Cannons finished off the Bulls with 4 homers in the ninth to start off what's looking to be, at least after the first game, a darn good season, I'll say. Go Cannons. For Empire Central Radio, I'm Rockin' Ricky Fox with your sports. Now, let's get ready for some hits of our own team, the musical kind.
There'll be a hot time in the
Oh,
heart of
to
Berlin
Warsaw.
when the
Hey,
Yankees
hey,
go
hey, hey, hey.
marching in. I want to be their boy, spread some joy when they take old Berlin.
It's a war song.
Classic music for a classy city. Empire Classic Radio.
No.
Walking with my baby, she got great big feet. She long, lean, and lank, and ain't had nothing to eat. But she's my baby, and I love her just the same. Crazy about that woman, 'cause Caledonia is her name.
Caledonia.
Caledonia! Caledonia! I want to make your big head so hard. Mom, I love you just the same. I'll always love you, baby, 'cause Caledonia is your name.
Oh, not broken.
My
Should be
mama
right.
told me
Okay.
to leave
I can live with
Caledonia
that.
alone. That's what she told me, no kidding. That's what she said. She said, son, keep away from that woman. She ain't no good. Don't bother with her. But mama didn't know what Caledonia was putting down. So I'm going down to Caledonia's house and ask her just one more time. Caledonia! Caledonia!
What makes your big head so hard?
She means the world to you. So why not show
I'm
your
changing
galaxy
lane, twatting me across for no fucking reason.
from Goldman Jewelers or our exclusive honeydew golden bracelet?
No
It's only
reason for that fucking tax to
$4.95 while
change lane.
supplies last, and it's only at Goldman Jewelers, Empire Bay's #1 jewelry store. To show you truly care, come
was fixing
to
me headphones.
Goldman Jewelers.
I hate the rain so much.
Mr. Percy, have mercy on me. Mercy, Mr. Percy. Mr. Percy, have mercy on me. I'm hoping you'll believe me. This is no time to tease me. I'm in a situation that'll cause my ruination. So mercy, mercy on me.
fucking crumbs all over the planet.
On you, my life depending. I'm not wild, I'm just a child. So
Look what you're having it now.
mercy on me.
Delta
Fucking
Radio
who?
is
Next week now.
EDLT for the latest and greatest in jazz and blues. Keep it locked to this station, EDLT, Delta Radio, Empire Bay.
Last night, buddy, I caught you kissing my wife. Don't you know I'm gonna take your life? I got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. Boys, I am feeling mean. I'm gonna take you for an easy ride. Drop you off on the riverside. I got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. Boys, I'm feeling mean. I'm gonna bound your mouth so you can't talk. Tie your feet so you can't walk. I got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. Boys, I'm feeling mean. You can start your screaming, but must give in. I'm gonna tear you to pieces and put you back again. I got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. Boys, I am feeling mean. Put up your hands and reach for the sky. Won't let you down before you bat an eye. I got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues. Boys, I am feeling mean. I'm gonna bury you out on the lawn prairie because I know you biting on me. I've got the gangster blues. I've got the gangster blues.
It's still.
I've got the gangster
Cause
blues.
it's still fucking raining. Why would it
Boys,
not
I am
raining?
feeling mean.
I was walking down the street minding my own affairs, and two policemen grabbed me.
Times are 8:50. Oh, I'm not getting this done before I leave for my appointment, am I?
Henry, I said, oh, why, sure. They say, you the boy we've been looking for.
I'm not getting this done before I leave for my appointment. I never do nothing wrong, but I always get framed.
They put me in the lineup and let the bright light shine. I'm a 10-foot soul like me standing in that line. I knew I was a victim of someone's evil plan when a stool pigeon walked in and said,
That's the man. I'm half tempted to close the entire game and reopen it just to fix this fucking rain. Because I can't drive with the rain. I can't. I'm crashing into shit every 10 seconds because there's no grip. I mean, far be it from me to complain when things are too wet.
He said, where were you the night of June
From fucking England, you know what I mean? Everything's fucking wet. Apart from the women.
And Betty said, Judge, this man is
Fucking
lying.
perpetually pissed off. Right. The sky is pissing me off because the sky is bright and it's still fucking pissing with rain. I'm gonna go save the game and see if that fucking does it. Nope, still pissing with rain. Right, so I'm gonna close the entire game and reopen it. I'm closing the entire game and reopen it. Hopefully that resets it, because it wasn't pissing with rain when I first started, was it? Because truth be told, if it was, I don't remember. Because I've been driving with this and I've crashed. How many times on stream now? Like, crashed and died 4 times. It's no. You can't drive a fast car in Mafia 2 while it's pissing with rain and expect to survive. I swear. Additional content. Jimmy's Vendetta. Continue. There we go. 829. So, game statistics. 853.25. Okay, that's what we're up to now. 53.25. Is it pissing with rain? Yes, it fucking is. Okay, fine, whatever. Fuck you. I guess this is purgatory. I'm just not going to get this done before I leave for my fucking dentist appointment because of this bullshit, I swear. No, I don't want the fucking Cossack. The Cossack can suck my dick. That's what the fucking Cossack can do. This music is too happy for my current mood, I swear. I'm turning left and he's fucking off to the right. I don't think the rain actually has any impact on your grip. I think it literally dampened your steering. Like, that's how the game did it. It don't mean a thing, all you got to do is sing. That's the... No. Turn right when I tell... I fucking hate the rain in this game. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. I swear. I swear to fuck. My mother listens to me more than this car, and she don't fucking listen to shit. Well, if you guys tuned in to see a very angry Scouse person drive a car in the pissing rain while listening to 1950s radio, and I live in Poland, you know, that's a bunch of little weird facts here for you.
This is Empire Classic Radio.
If you're as confused as I am, please subscribe. We'll be confused together. Maybe then our collective consciousnesses can come together like an advanced CPU and figure out what the fuck is going on. Maybe I should shout less because I live in Poland. That's just going to press left and it fucking deleted my 2 seconds. I know it's not on my keyboard because I use a Razer. I've actually forgot the name of this keyboard. It's a Razer, but I don't remember. I use a Razer mouse, Razer keyboard, and a Razer headset. And the headset is it's one that looks like a helicopter pilot. I forgot the name of all my fucking stuff. I know the mouse is the Death Adder. I don't think the keyboard's Cronus. I don't think it's gone. It's gone, whatever it is, it's gone. I know this is something X. The headset, something X. But it's really fucking good, and I can barely hear anything that's going on outside of it. So you know what happens? I can't hear anything outside of my headset, so I forget there's anyone else in the room, or forget that there's rooms to my left or right. Because I've spent most of my life in like detached or semi-detached houses. Lived in a house in Kirby where you weren't connected to the one to your left, it was disconnected on the right. So, and my room was like in the middle, not connected to either. So I would just fucking scream and scratch as much as I fucking wanted. When I say scratch, I mean scratch my nose in sense of comedy in my sense. And then when we moved out, we moved to a detached house in Crocky. And we don't live there anymore, so I'll talk about this much stuff. We went to a detached house in Crocky. Fucking go straight, dickhead! Completely detached house in Crocky. Fucking that fucking house. Nice that house. Well, we wanted to stay well happy and that. It really wasn't it. We used to fucking wake up and family window and it was stunning view. Like the Lion King, I swear to God. Every time I open my windows every morning, I could just hear, "Yeah, surrender!" I miss it so much. When I'm Googling windows to see what it fucking looks like now. When I was at this school as well, it used to be a care room. It used to be a care room for kids. So inside was like fire alarm boxes. Read the radio. So if you've ever been to any government buildings in the UK, or if you're familiar with what any of them look like, inside as standard they have these big ass red fire alarm boxes, right? And then they also have emergency lights if the power goes out. There's like a green beam that casts a shadow over them because, you know, green is the natural colour of humans. You can see more shades of green than any other colour on the planet, and that's specifically to visually identify predators in the wild. So if you use a little green beam of light, and that overwhelmingly, if you use that on a very low brightness, you'll use less electricity, and you'll see almost perfectly on the dark. That's why those night visions are green. But I miss that house so much. Beautiful, beautiful fucking view, lovely from the front, and it has a lovely garden. The garden was like 75% fucking paving stone, and one corner was grass. But I tell you this now, oh my God, fucking love that grass. When we first moved in, it had like a fence around it. We ripped all the fence out, and I missed that. I missed that so much. I used to go out there sometimes, sit on the bench and just have a glass of whiskey and we got a beautiful German Shepherd. Wacky ass neighbours though. We had a lad to our right who fucking was obsessed with bikes and German Shepherds. Really cool out. Probably gone now. It's a shame. Woman to our left for the son who I'm not going to speak ill of her. I'm not going to speak ill of her. I'm not. She clearly had her own problems, actually. So did my best to help her son try and have a day to day as much as I could. But if you went back one, there was this woman, I swear, she didn't even live there. She fucking would house sit for this woman. I don't know, maybe she was paranoid someone would steal her wallpaper. She used to come in and she'd watch her house, and then what she'd do is other night, if she heard my dog bark, she'd come round and knock on the door and say, "Can I inspect your dog, please?" What, do you want to see his balls? What do you mean, can you inspect my dog? Like, I felt like asking her, do you support Peter? And if she said yes, I would have punched her in the face and shut the door. You know what I mean? Like, for those of you who don't know who Peter are, people for the ethical treatment of animals, I swear to God, mate, Peter killed more animals than average farms. They're despicable. They're absolutely despicable. They actively do not support no-kill shelters. I swear to God, they have more in common with that cult that demands that you kill yourself than they have in common with people who actually do give a shit about animals. You know what I mean? Most environmentalists, I appreciate environmentalism, but I don't appreciate environmental terrorism. And I also don't appreciate people who believe they know better than you just because they have a fucking cat, you know what I mean? Like, no. But that's, she came around and said, can I inspect your dog? And then she threatened to call the police if I didn't let her see me dog. And I was so picture this, lad. So this is, I think it's like 2014, right? So I'm at the age of 16, at the minimum 16, turning into 17, right? And this woman has knocked on my door. I'm all alone, right? I'm in the house alone. It's just me and my sister. And she says to me, I need to see your dog. Sorry, who are you? I need to see your dog because I can hear him bark. You need to see my dog because you can hear him bark. Yes, well, dogs do that. I'm terribly sorry. I mean, it's not like it's the middle of the night or anything. So can I ask what's wrong? And she went, I just want to see him, please. I went, okay. I mean, if you want, go around the side of the house. You can see through the fence gate we've got. You can see he is perfectly fine. And then she went, if you don't want him, I'll have him. No, please leave. And then she said, I want to see him otherwise I'm calling the police. Okay, so she came in, sits on the bench we have in our backyard, which I regret letting her do. Because that bench we ended up putting fucking, it was a memorial bench to my grandfather. So I regret even letting her sit on it, to be honest. And what happened was she tried to pet him, and Junior, that's my dog's name, Junior, did not like her. Did not like her immediately. And Junior is a lovely dog. He literally, he's more likely to suck you off than bite you. Do you get me? Like he's that much of a soft fucking dog, I swear. And he walks up to her. She does this. He smells her and he goes, and it tries to bite her. So I have to pull him away and push his head down to like get him away from her because I controlled him. So I trained Junior to not do anything without command. Now, I didn't fucking hit my dog. I didn't abuse my dog. What I did do is I made a loud noise that he could easily identify. So if he did something wrong, when you're a kid and you don't know how to train a dog, you do things that you wish you didn't do. Like I wish I didn't flick his nose. Like he used to do shit that he shouldn't do. So I'd like go on his nose with two fingers and just go no. And he didn't like that, right? And then after a while, I didn't have to do that anymore. Like, we're talking 6 months, I didn't have to do that anymore. I just made a noise, and he stopped. So he would, how do I put this? He would not bite our other dog, but he'd like try and pick her up. But she was quite, not elderly, but she was old to the point where he'd hurt her. So I'd basically just look at him like this, and I'd go, and he'd just stop. And he'd come over and he'd sit next to me and I'd go, good boy, and I'd pet him and I'd give him a treat. Or I'd give him a piece of ham or something like that. Well done, you know what I mean? So I want to make this very clear to you how well behaved this dog was. So when this dog acted out at a woman immediately, I immediately lost all trust in this woman. She comes by and acts like she's a fucking animal activist, and my dog immediately goes, you smell like you're going to sell me to the Chinese. That's what you smell like. So just get the fuck away. You know what? I'm sorry I said that. I'm talking about a story from when I was 17, so please excuse the immature racist humour. But that's what that was. And I never heard from her again. And I literally at one point said to her, please leave. Please leave. I am no longer comfortable with you in presence. I am under the age of 18. My sister here is 12. Please leave our residence now. I channeled my inner autism, which I do have, and I just came out with the most formal response that made her sound like a pedophile I could have. So she left. And I don't know, maybe she felt pressured or something, like not to call the police, because if she did, I would have said some strange woman came around and made me feel uncomfortable. I told her to leave and she wouldn't, you know what I mean? So like, they ask her more questions than they ask us. But it was a funny day. To me that was a hilarious day. But Junior's still with us. He's still alive, and I love him to fucking death. For a while, period of time, I was living in a garage just outside the main house. So there was a garage that I had spent so much time remodeling. If you go back on my YouTube channel, you can see my face cam. where you see the background, that was my garage that I turned into an office. And I had spent, I think it was £1,000 on everything. I spent £1,000 redoing the cement. Because when I first started, the floor was made out of like, it looked like cobblestone, but it was closer to more like a brick wall that sort of tipped on its side. And it was completely uneven. The front of it had been remodeled and turned into, the front of it had been remodeled and it had turned into like asphalt for some fucking reason. So immediately on the garage door was asphalt, but it was really badly poured. If you came forward towards the back of the door, it then turned into cobble and dirt. So I spent about 3 weeks clearing out all the fucking dirt and cobble. Then I spent a further 2 weeks purchasing the cement, getting it ready, getting all the equipment ready. Then I spent a solid 72 hours non-stop because this was going to be my home. So I had to make sure I made it as comfortable as I could, as fast as I could. So I had to clean it up, dry it out as much as I could. Bought radiators, made sure the floor was as dry as it could be. Then the instructions were to wet the floor, which was very strange to me. Sprinkle water on it. Then mix up concrete. Now it wasn't cement I got concrete, and I feel stupid. I feel very stupid because I got concrete, not cement. And concrete, if you don't know what concrete is, has stones in it. Has little stones in it. So it was a bad idea. I should have got cement. But I got concrete first, and I laid concrete down, and it fell into the holes, and I just realised I didn't go back to Vito's place to fix the car. Concrete fell into the pits and the holes with stones, and all the fucking wet shit was in the service and looked like ass. So I learned my lesson, I went back to the shop and I got myself cement, not concrete, cement. Then I repoured that. So what I did is I had to do it in halves. So I did the front half first by the door, and then after I left that to dry for about 6 hours, it wasn't completely dry, but the top of it turned into like a Play-Doh consistency. So what I did was I put wooden boards on top of that, and then put my furniture on top of those boards. So the weight of it flattened it. It compelled the cement to go flat. I then did the section that was closer to the door, so now I'm trapped, but I did the smartly. I had an inside tap in this garage, and it's still there, and I basically did the back half of the garage with cement. And I did a shit job. To this day, it's cracking. It's cracking to pieces. It looks like shit, and every so often, you'll stand on one piece and another piece will raise. Not more than like a millimetre or two, but it's enough to the point where if there's furniture on it, you'll see it go, eh. So I didn't do the best job, but I did a job. I did a job. And it was for me anyway, so I didn't give a toss. And the experience I learned doing it, I was very grateful for. So then over time, I moved up back, so the walls inside the garage were still white, but now the floor was fucking cement. So I think I did a good job. So then I started painting. I did... most of the walls I did black and grey. So I did black grey walls. So the wall that faces the camera on a lot of my old recordings and live streams and such, I painted that grey, and the wooden shelf that was there, I painted that black. So I had some nice contrast between the two. The wall on the opposite side, I did the same thing. I did the bits that came out grey and the bits that recessed black. And then I did a bit of brownish, like a really deep wood brown. And I tried to get the furniture to match the room's aesthetic. So most of my furniture in there was like a really deep, dark wood, which I absolutely love. Like if you watch any of my Minecraft Let's Plays, deep dark wood, spruce wood, dark oak, personal favourites of mine. And black carpets, grey walls, black recessed walls, dark wood furniture, LEDs all over the fucking place. And near the end I got smart lights connected to my Alexa. So I'd walk in and I could remote control the lights with my voice. So I had the perfect setup. Installed a few LEDs, a nice display behind me on the wall. I was very proud of what I done from that garage. So every so often, like on a night when it was a bit cold, it was a bit cold in there sometimes, but I did get myself an electric radiator. More than anything, the biggest issue I had was mice. Now, have any problems with mice, if you're scared of mice, feel free to mute the stream and just watch the back of Jimmy's head for 20 minutes in the fucking rain. But it was not the most comfortable living situation when it comes to mice, because no matter how many times I captured them, killed them, disposed of them, they always came back. And in the middle of the night, I'd be up till like, so I'd get in from work at about, because I used to work at McDonald's, I'd get in from work at about midnight, maybe 1 in the morning. Sometimes, if I finished at 11, but sometimes I do the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift, which means I get in at about 8 a.m. and walk home. So, after getting home, I would basically come home to silence. Right. Okay, why did you just turn right, Dick State? Okay, now you're on it. Okay, you two go fuck each other in the arse, leave me out of it. I come home to just silence. Shut the garage door behind me. Lie on my couch. Didn't have a bed in there, I only had couches. I refused to put a bed in there. I did not put a bed in there. Why the fuck would you want this big spongy thing that is designed specifically to just hold mold when you can have a couch that you can at least dismantle and clean? You know what I mean? A lot easier than you can a bed. So, I just slept on the couch and came in the middle of the night, you just hear. And, I was awake for like a further 7 or 8 hours just listening to that. And sometimes I'd just get really annoyed and I just end up getting up and just looking around for the hoods. There was this one time. Right, so I want to make this clear, right? So my partner is Polish, right? And I met her last year in July. I think it was June, July, something like that. Anyway, that's not important to the story. But when I go back to the UK to work, get as much money as I could, and I'd send it over here and then come over here and live with it, obviously. So that's what I do. I'd video call her, at least once a day. Sometimes I forget in a day, but most of the time I'd video call her. Once I was video calling her, and while I was talking to her, I was like sat at my desk like this. So obviously, you know how a person sits at the fucking desk, right? You know how a person sits at the desk. And we were just talking, and all of a sudden I just hear a noise that just sounds like, and I go, what the fuck is that? What the fuck was that noise? So I'm looking left and right, I don't see anything, and then I look under my desk. And I go, what the absolute fuck is that? It was, I assume it was a rat. It could have been a mouse, but it had the world's tiniest fucking nose. It looked like Mickey Mouse from the side. Like, credit to Walt Disney. He matched this motherfucker exactly. But I need to make it clear how weird this fucking thing was, okay? So, I'm just going to share my screen real quick, guys. Just real quick, I'm just going to share my screen. Display capture. And then I want to do the other monitor. Thank you. And then game capture. Look at this. This is what I saw. Under my fucking... Doesn't it look... that? Like, that's its balls. It looks like a fucking pistol. From the side, that's what it looked like. A fucking sausage. Its nose did not come out. I expected it to look like this. One sec, actually, I just realised something. Yeah. I expected it to look like this. It did not look like this. It looked like this. And its face, it was weird. It was very strange. Its face was flat, like you'd made a sausage out of Play-Doh and dropped it on your fucking table. And I was staring at this for what felt like a minute, and it looked at me like this. And it didn't want to move. I was tempted to ask it if it wanted a cup of tea, but then it fucked off. And I was absolutely fucking horrified. Now, I expect a mouse to look like this, you know, like a pointed nose. From above, I expect a mouse to look like this. Rounded body, pointed nose. No, it looked like this, and it had a fat ass fucking tumour above its tail. And with its balls, it looked like a pistol. It looked like this. That's the best way I can describe it. It looked at me like this. Like it was surprised. Like I had walked in on it in the shower. You know what I mean? Like that's what it looked like. And I have no idea what the fuck to do. By the way, guys, if you're curious, this is my dog Junior. This is my dog. The one I'm telling you about, he was absolutely lovely and so soft he's more liable to suck you off than bite you. Nice. Let's stop sharing that screen and get back to the game now, shall we? Oh, but yeah, that's a few lovely little stories there, and I have no idea why I even told them.
Time ago, million years.
Is it not gonna? Oh no, I forgot to turn on game capture. Dumbass. Dumb ass. Here we go. So what are we on to? No, not leaderboard. 876. Okay.
The best things in life.
876. Not too bad. Sounds like Pennies from Heaven. Actually, no, it's not. Pennies from Heaven has a different backup track. It's still fucking pissing the rain and I'm just accepting it now. Oh, that was a nice grip though. But, I have so many stories about that garage. Tell you what, let me just turn this off and just keep telling stories about the garage because it's more fucking interesting than this bullshit. I'm trying to think. So another thing I did is when I was living in that garage, it was not the most well insulated. Okay. Now before we moved in, some dickhead smashed his way into the garage and fucking spray painted EFC on the wall in black for some fucking reason. You know, you missed the trick. I'm not using blue there, sunshine. He broke into the back. One sec there, guys. I've got a phone call. I'll keep driving. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, he'd basically broken in while no one was living there, spray painted EFC on the fucking wall, because, you know, apparently that expressed his individuality to the world. And then he fucking broke into the other room where there was an outside toilet, because the house had an extension put on, like a wet floor. And he'd gone in there and he'd fucking took a shit or a piss or something, whatever it was black, you know what I mean, and he just left it there. I was like, cheers for our moving in present, sunshine. But when we first moved in, the landlord decided it was a good idea to just stick a giant piece of fucking plywood on his garage door, and that's the way it stayed. When we moved in, it was just a big piece of fucking plywood that just rotted and rotted and rotted, and it was ugh. So when I decided to turn it into an office, I channeled my inner Scouser. Because I was walking down the street once on my way home from work, and I just saw this construction sign. I just said, caution, buckets on site may contain chemicals, make sure you wear a hard hat, that kind of shit, right? I just nicked it because it was the same material, perfectly matched in colour as my door. So I just went, that's about the right size. So I just stole this fucking sign. I mean, it wasn't attached to a fence anymore. It was like on the floor, held on by one corner, and it had gone muddy and shit. So yeah, no one's looked at that in weeks. So I took it and I took it home, cleaned it, and screwed it into the door with like 6 or 7 screws. I then put electrical tape around it and then spray painted it with several layers of white paint that matched the door. I got it to look normal. I was actually quite impressed with that, to be honest, because the problem I had is that the wooden plywood that the landlord attached, it was so fucking heavy. It was so heavy that the door would not stay up. You'd lift it and it'd go shh. But that's not what a garage door is meant to do. A garage door is meant to fucking, close. So I fucking took it off. And to be honest, I was glad I did, because there was a bunch of like fucking nails and shit that were just screwed through the door. And if you went under it like too high, it'd scratch the fuck out of your head and shit. So, when I did this, I was quite proud of it. Anyway, so what I did after that was I screwed it in place, put insulation on the inside and electrical tape. So I re-insulated the door, and I was quite proud of that. I even made a routine where I just got these shitty fucking blankets I had no interest in, and I laid them on the floor next to the door to make a drafting smoother. Now, the door was not perfectly insulated by any fucking means. So I just bought like spray foam, and I sprayed that around the edges of the door to try and increase the insulation however I could, because it was so cold in there. One night, so basically what I did is this was, it wasn't 2022, I think it was 2023, yeah. It was 2023 in August, and I had to get these doors done. I'm trying to think now. It must have been 2023. It must have been August 2023, because nothing else makes sense in the timeline. So it was about August 2023, and it was so cold. August, it was fucking freezing, and I have no explanation as to why. It got so cold in there, it was like, at one point it was 4 degrees on the couch. I don't know, because it was August changing into it. My point was, I wanted to get this done before Christmas. So I got the cement done, I didn't get the paint done yet, but I got the cement done. So, before Christmas, I made it my mission to get that place as livable as I possibly could. So I insulated the door, got it all done, and when all was done, I even bought in Trio. If you're familiar with Trio, Trio is a brand of appliances, like air fryers, heaters, that kind of stuff. I got myself a Trio space heater that we worked on a remote. Really good quality thing, but it was shit, I have to be honest. It burnt out, it died, it completely died. It was one of those oscillating heaters. It was really good quality, really good build quality, and it lasted me just over a year and a half. But I have to admit, it was a year and a half of constant use, so I can't be too mad at it, you know what I mean? But it wasn't very electrically efficient, so I got that sorted. It worked, and with that on, I got the room to a nice toasty 25 which was perfectly adequate. In the UK, it's always fucking cold and wet and damp outside, so the inside was 30 degrees, 40 degrees. And I made that place as livable as I possibly fucking could. I don't know what your plan is, mate, but you're doing a shit job of it. I made that place as livable as I possibly could. I tried my best. Really did. I tried my best. You're gonna have to go soon, like in about 20 minutes. But I tried my best to make it as livable as I possibly could. I don't regret doing it, because if nothing else, it made me feel like I was aware of something again. Because for many years, I didn't feel like there was anything to do. I used to do things like that. I used to build little bits of useless furniture. I used to take furniture apart as well. But I used to build little things that would always go missing, or would rip them apart, dispose of them. I used to put my maps, my video games up on Mafia 2. I had a big Mafia 2 map on my wall, like Red Dead Redemption on my wall, and she just tore those apart and made it fucking work. Still, actually kind of is to this day, I have to be honest, it's still this day. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about here. But I was never allowed to make my space my own, realistically. The space had to be sterilised to someone else's approval. So it really upset me. So when I had this garage, and the choice was, I wasn't even going to have a bedroom. The choice was this garage sleep, which is concerning. It really is concerning. It's not healthy, and I wouldn't even say I had an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. I'd say I just had an unhealthy relationship with myself. I had an unhealthy relationship with reality. I wasn't like misinformed of reality. I was well aware of the situation, well aware of the consequences of my actions, the consequences that other people's actions had on my life. I just knew I couldn't do anything about it, and because of my ADHD, I was severely impatient about this not being fixed. So I'd sit there every night and just talk to myself. I'd just get angrier and angrier and angrier. I was like, why can't you do it? Why aren't you doing something about this? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing this? And I had to answer myself every day with, I can't. I physically can't. I physically can't do anything about this. I don't earn enough money. I'm paying off a debt that I shouldn't have to pay off. And all I do is work, and I live in a fucking garage with mice crawling. It gets really cold. My heat is broken, so now it's literally 4 degrees. I sleep on a couch and listen to mouse scratching all night, and the only way I can sleep is by drinking half a litre of whiskey, fucking like every 2 days to get to sleep. And that's the state I was in for the last 2 years. If you watch any of my content, we're talking 2022 onwards, lads. If you watch any of my content, just know I was not the happiest person ever. And yeah, it was really not the nicest time. I was usually always drinking because it was either that or I cried. I didn't crave alcohol, and I still don't. I still don't crave alcohol. I miss the taste. I don't crave the drink. I don't miss the numbing effects. I miss the taste. So if I could get like a non-alcoholic whiskey that tastes bang on, I'd be happy. I just like the flavour. I used it like that, and that was the only way I could ever get some nasty. And it was dark times. Really dark times. As always, guys, I want to thank anyone who watched my content back then and provided any encouragement, because I was really trying my best. As the one guy who commented on my second Black Ops 6 video where you don't want to hear someone breathing like a British bulldog. I am a British fucking bulldog, alright? And I'm asthmatic and I'm disabled, so fuck you. At this point, I couldn't give enough for shit. But I was trying, and that was the important thing. Giving up, I was still trying. Around the interim of all of that, I was trying to repair a relationship with my son, because I was in a position where I barely saw him, and I was in a position where it's very hard to fight for him, because whenever I had a fight for him, it basically made the situation worse for him. Think of it like a triangle, like a love triangle. Everyone just wants my son. And I had to willingly back away because the war for him was making it worse. And I knew that if I carried on fighting the way I wanted to fight and I got what I wanted from it, I still wouldn't be happy. He definitely wouldn't be happy, and the situation would be 10 times worse. And I'd probably still be living in the garage. So I mean, I didn't intend for this to turn into a mental health awareness stream, but I need to make it very clear to you guys that if I was still in that office right now, I wouldn't be streaming local. I wouldn't be doing anything. I don't want to talk about it on screen with more explicit language, but I need to make this clear. I wouldn't be here if it continued the way it had. So me coming to Poland, meeting my partner, trying my best to build a new life here. It didn't just come at the perfect time, it came at the only time. That was the only time I had life. And I'm forever grateful to everyone who's gave me support in the past, who's ever helped me in the past, who's ever even offered some encouragement. I need to be honest, because some days I'd literally just be holding like a full bottle of whiskey, and I know if I drank this entire thing in the space of 4 hours to sleep, it'd be over. I would just see a comment of someone saying you're kind of underrated, man, or thanks for you doing a good job, great video, thank you for the advice, and that would make me put the ball down, and I'd be able to get through one more night without drinking. So thank you to everyone who's ever left those comments. You know who you are, because I've used the comments there. I've never felt welcome really anywhere. I've never felt like anything I did had an impact. I've never felt like it mattered. Anything I did mattered. Yeah, put this very simply. On day one of coming here, I turned on Barbara and I said, "Can I fix the shower?" And she goes, "What's wrong with the shower?" I said, No, I mean like the shower, because the pressure's absolutely shit, and the shower head is like a really shit one, to the point where it's got like those rubber nozzles where the water points in different directions when it comes on power, so it's not really serving its purpose as a shower. So she went, "Go ahead," and I did, and I changed it to a different, it's a pressure shower head that has a flat metal face, like a filter shower head, but the pressure's 10 times better. And she looked at it and went, "Wow, thank you." And I genuinely, I did something that made me comfortable, but it made her happy. Oh fuck, I'm actually running out of petrol. I'm running out of petrol. Where's the nearest gas station? Fuck. I'm actually running out of petrol. This is the first time this has ever happened, where the revs are actually getting so low that I actually might not make it. Fuck, that's not good. I lost my sense of time. Fuck. That's really not good. If I go to speed limiter, does it at least hit? No, it doesn't. The revs are too low. Shit. Am I going to make it to the station? If I come off here, is there a petrol station here? Yeah, there's one by Giuseppe's. Fuck, that's really not good. Anyway, getting back to the story. But my point is, she let me do something, and if it failed, I pulled back on. Fair enough, I've learned. But she let me try, and she's my first partner who let me try and actually accepted what I did. I've had partners in the past that have tried to allow me to be me, my inventive, pointless and curious ADHD riddled self. Never really worked out in the long run, but it did. It lasted longer than I expected, so but I need to make it very clear that I no longer feel unvalued. I definitely feel like I have value again, and that is one of the most important things that my partner helped me with. I genuinely feel like I'm liked. I don't feel like I was just jewelry. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like I was just wanted at the start and now I'm still here, so I've got to live. So I've got to live with you. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm actually wanted. 898. Hey, that was my favourite bus route back in Liverpool. What was it again? 898.85. Okay. 9885. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Made a lot of progress so far. Alright, just gonna finish up finish up the gas. I need to make it very clear because for many years, I didn't know what I needed, and then when I did, I thought like, oh, I'll just have what I needed, and I did, and I survived on what I needed, but I couldn't have what I wanted. And this is one of the very few times where I'm happy with what I need, but my partner wants me to have what I want. You know what I mean? She wants me to have what I want. I came here and my first plan was to be here for like 3 months non-stop and just live here for 3 months, and then after that go back to the UK, and then after that this was a trial to see if the relationship would last. And I told her it was going to be difficult. I didn't have my PC here, I didn't have any other things I wanted to do here, I don't have a job, so I don't know what I'll do. And she just turned to me and said, bring your computer. I wasn't. So bring your computer. So I don't have a desk, and she goes, I'll get you a desk. And then I immediately went, this woman has no hesitation. I don't want her to fucking bend over backwards to please me, and I have to keep stopping her from doing that. I have to keep saying, no, you take what you want as much as you want to give me what I want. So I bought the furniture and brought my computer, but I refuse to take away her space. I refuse to take away anything from her. And I always say, if you want, I'll dismantle the entire thing every day. I don't mind. I want you to have your space. And she went, no, it's our space. And I nearly cried because it's not like I've never had someone want to include me in this space, but it's the fact that she was relationship mature enough to understand what I needed to hear, and it's very strange. I'll say things and she'll say, you do realise that's exactly what I needed to hear at that moment, because I wasn't aware of that, it's just something I wanted to say. And we do that to each other. We say things to each other that were just perfect to say in that moment. And it's funny, and a year on, it still feels like that. A year later, we still have that dynamic, and I need to make it very clear how much I appreciate that. It's been over a year, nearly a year and a half, getting quite close to a year and a half actually. I need to make this very clear. I'm sitting here streaming a game that I played when I was 13, and she texts me and says, good luck with your stream, I'll see you when I get home. And I never had that. I haven't seen her with work, when she comes home. Right now I don't have a job. I'm really upset that I don't, and I've said one and trying really hard, so that's why I'm spending a lot more time on content recently. And that's why I very much appreciate all the new subscribers, new comments, new likes, new watches, everything. Absolutely appreciate every single one, because I'm at the stage right now where I think I'm too vulnerable to YouTube statistics here, where every little number is hit me. So if it goes, comes, I'm either devastated or ecstatic, you know what I mean? So it's killing me. But I'm being so sensitive to it, but it's understandable, because right now this is the only job I have. It literally is the only job I have, so I'm just trying to be the best at it. It's not if I'm paid for it, I'm not too early to stats to be paid or anything. It's reminiscing about, trying to have fun. But more than anything, there's one thing I can say from this, and it's just I feel happy right now. Right now in this moment, I feel happy. And that's a very, very powerful thing to be able to say out loud. For me especially from where I've come from. Because obviously before this, like I said, I was drinking, I didn't do drugs, but I was drinking to get to sleep. Because I couldn't sleep because my mind was not quiet every night. And now if I want to, if I really want to, I can call up my dentist, cancel my appointment today, and go to bed. I can go for a walk and lock the door behind me. These are very simple things that every human being should be able to do. For a very long time, I've not had that. I've not had the keys to my door. Like, my partner makes it very clear that she wants me to use very clear language. She wants me to say, this is my flat, it's our flat, I live here, this is my home. I have never been specifically told to say that. I have never been specifically told, this is your place, this is your safe space. So now I do feel like I can leave and lock my own door, go on a walk, buy things that go into my fridge for me to make a nice meal for me and my partner later, and wake up in my bed, come to my desk, make food in my kitchen. I can't describe it, guys. Obviously, you guys, I'm assuming there's adults in here, I'm assuming there's fucking kids in here, but I need to make this very clear that having that for the first time, I'm nearly 30. I am 28 years old. So right now I am 28 years old. And I have not had this experience of my door, my bed, my kitchen. I had to build that in a garage that rats came into at night. And I invited friends round to watch things. And I cooked us a nice meal in my little kitchen that I'd made. And I was like, is this what I need? And only after doing that, and I had some friends that actually came to my garage office that I had built. They came round, spoke to me, I invited them, and they said, yeah, that sounds great. Oh, we're not going to like go out or anything, this is just come around, watch some really shitty movies, and I'll make some bolognese or something like my custom recipe. That's what it was, and I never had anyone do that before. Say, yeah, sure. Let's just come around, talk, we don't need to drink, just talk. To make it very clear how grateful I am to every single person that did that, because you have no idea what you guys actually did for me. You know what you did? You made me feel like it was possible to be fucking normal. Now I know normal is subjective, but I mean normal by my own standards. They made me see it's possible for me to be normal. And I'm forever grateful to every single one of you, Raina, Michael, Haley. I genuinely, I can't describe Alfie, sorry, Raina, Michael, Alfie, Jack, I genuinely can't describe, guys, how grateful I am to every single second you even came by. Even if you came by for 1 second and fucked off again. You gave a shit. And it showed. Can't forget Christian. Can't forget Christian. Christian's one of the main reasons I'm here right now. And because of that trial of having enough freedom and friends to feel normal, but you know what? I need to make this. So it went all in. It allowed me to be impulsive. It allowed me to go, you know what? Called up my partner and I said, I'll do it. I'll move in. I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's do this. Because for me, at that time, it was a mix of two things that motivated me. It was a mix of this is it. It's all or nothing. I need to go all in with this and be happy, otherwise I'm done and I give up. But 9/11. You know what? 9/11.50. Fair enough. Let's just add that to the counter, and we'll no longer talk about that. But my point is, I had no other choice at that moment. It was either I go all in with this, and I do it, and I put all of my hope in this, and then I stick with it, and if it fails, it fails. At least I gave it my all, or I gave up before I started. And that was one of the biggest gambles I've ever done, because now it's been over a year and a half and I'm here. I'm in Poland, Krakow specifically. I have to be honest, I am the happiest I've been in a very long time. I miss my son. I really miss my son. He's 6 now. I'm going to do my best to make sure that he is okay. And I want him to visit me, and I want him to have a healthy relationship with his father, because the option I had was either he has no father because I'm gone, and I mean I'm gone, or he has a father that he can call and he can come visit. And that one, the way I looked at it, those are my two options. Either I'm gone because I couldn't take it anymore and I just finished it, or he had a father that wasn't there all the time but was there. And that is why I made my decision to come here and try and be happy, because no matter what, I don't want Michael to ever think that it's his fault. Do you know what I mean? That's the one thing that scares me. If I ever did let my mental health get bad enough to the point where I did do something drastic, in the future he may think it was his fault, and I'll never ever want him to ask that question of himself. So I don't give a shit what I have to do. I'm not going anywhere. I never want him to ask that question of himself. Never. So I need to do everything I can to survive. And I think that shows in a book I was writing. Many years ago I was writing a book. And in the book there's a character that just goes through hell. But he just can't let himself die. He can't let himself die. And it's not like he killed himself or anything. It's that he keeps getting through situations and he just can't give up, and he doesn't know why, and he has no idea why, and it's a subconscious push. And in the book it's called Diary of a Drifter, and I'm still writing it to this day, and one day I'll release it, I think. And it's in my mind it's a very powerful story, and those I've showed it to one guy and he actually started crying. But I didn't realise it until I read it back. It is a perfect description of my subconscious, where I'm just going through horrible, horrible things, and I have no idea why there's this thing in the back of my head that's just hitting me over and over again. Go, go. You can't stay here for too long. Keep moving. Keep moving. If you stay here for too long, you'll fucking pass out and you'll die. So no. Under no circumstances, keep moving. And that's what it's like. And it fascinates me that I was unaware that my subconscious was coming out in that way. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry for the extremely dark topic. We started the stream by screaming at idiotic NPC drivers and pledging to get this done today, but no. And we've got what was that? 88.5 miles left to go, and it's going to be really good. So when I next come back, and start the stream, probably again later on tonight, probably in the afternoon after I get back from my dentist appointment, I'll continue the stream, and we will be finishing it off and getting the last achievement, the final fucking achievement. Look at this. Look at these ticks. All of them are ticked except for Explorer, the most annoying and painful achievement in all of fucking Mafia 2. Explorer. And it needs to finally be fucking over. I swear, it needs to finally fucking be over. And then we get to start Mafia 3. Yay! But in all seriousness, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did enjoy this extremely somber topic near the end of the show, feel free to hit subscribe and join us for the next stream, where we'll be continuing to being emo, and I'll start singing emo songs like "Where Are You?" But anyway, again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next one. And as always, from me,